guys, you're welcome to my beautiful kitchen. It's another very insightful and exciting episode of Cooking and Gisting with Grace Renner. Now, it's important that I tell you how Cooking and Gisting with Grace Renner came about. So, I'm a marriage counselor, and from time to time, I get questions on my DM asking me about marriage, love, spirituality, parenting, and whatnot. And then also, I am a chef. I love cooking. Like, I really enjoy cooking. So I thought about joining my two hobbies together, which is cooking and, well, gisting. Then I came up with Cooking and Gisting with Grace Renner. So you get to send me any of your questions, any burden, any your deepest concern. Send it to my DM, send it to me via WhatsApp, whatever way, and I'll answer it. I'll leave you anonymous and I'll answer it during my cooking section. So today I'll be answering a question. Okay, someone sent me a DM, so let me answer your question. Now, you said, how do I live with a nagging wife? Okay, so I take it that you're already married to a nagging wife, or you're dating a nagging wife and you're considering, how is it going to be possible to live with this person? Now, I'll answer your question in a bit, but first, let me introduce you to my ingredients, okay? I have with me my baking powder. I have groundnut oil. Did I mention what I was going to be making? I'm making banana bread. It's holiday season, so I'm making banana bread for the family. Yes, so this is my flour. This is my powdered milk, but I'll be dissolving it into liquid milk. This is my butter. This is my banana, of course, the king of the moment is banana bread. My measuring cups, my sugar, my eggs. I've got some eggs here. I've got my sieve. Now, it's important to sieve your flour before baking because there's some particles or dirt or lumps that do not need to make their way into whatever you're baking. So I have my sieve here to sieve properly, and I also have my mixing machine. So let's get right into cooking and gisting. I used to believe no woman just nags for no reason, and some men just felt comfortable referring to their wives as naggers in order to dodge from taking responsibility for what they're putting their wives through. However, I've come to realize that there are people who just lack peace and resort to nagging. I said people because, interestingly, some men nag too. Having said this, it's important that I highlight some of the signs of a nagging wife so that we're on the same page before I prefer solutions for living with her. Now, number one, saying the same things repeatedly. Now, if she usually just keeps repeating whatever she has to tell you and can never rest assured knowing that the message has been received, that's a sign. Number two, you don't find peace at home, rather, it's a stressful environment. Now, because your wife makes you feel like you're not doing enough when you don't meet up to her demands, that might be a sign. Number three, she tends to want to control you and everything. She's extremely pushy and wants to gain control of every aspect of your life. That's a sign. Number four, she's never pleased and tends to find fault in everything you do. She criticizes every of your actions. She constantly criticizes you and doesn't show appreciation. She never looks at her own actions but always focuses on other people's behaviors. Every other person is a problem, especially you. Number five, your sex life is being affected. Now you get home, at night to have sex with her, and you feel so resentful, you don't even feel like cuddling, let alone having sex. Number six, she deliberately uses trigger words. Okay, for example, you're not man enough, your fellow men are doing this or doing that, you always do this. What else can be expected from you? You're so irresponsible. I'm not surprised you made the wrong move because you never listen. Now, if you can relate to a majority of these signs I have listed, then indeed you are dealing with a nagging wife. So let's talk about how to live with her. Number one, do not answer with the same energy. Now, the Bible says in Proverbs chapter 15, verse 1, a soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger. Let her finish nagging, then respond softly. Don't engage in arguments, it will only make matters worse, and words will be said that cannot be retrieved. Number two, When women are stressed, that's when they have a higher tendency to nag. Household chores are usually 90% of the reasons behind their nagging. Reevaluate the chores in the house and see to it that she's not doing too much. Help her out and let her work be lesser. The Bible refers to the woman as the weaker vessel for a reason. Now, in First Peter chapter 3, verse 7, the Bible says, "Likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge, giving honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel, as being heirs together of the grace of life, that your prayers be not hindered." Okay. Number three, communication is key. Talk things out with your wife and try to find out what the issues are. Now, there might be some things you're doing that she doesn't have the confidence to address and is transferring her aggression. Listen to her. Maybe her nagging is a form of projection. Okay. Take responsibility for your mistakes, apologize, and work on yourself. Don't forget, sorry means change. Do not forget the proverbs that says, "A happy wife, a happy life." Okay. Number four, be there for her romantically. Non sexual touches will help. She probably just needs your attention and you're not filling her emotional cup. Yes, it's not easy being romantic with a naga, but try it and you will see the result it will yield. Okay, intimacy and bonding are essential for healthy relationship. Okay, non-sexual touches significantly benefits both our health and happiness by boosting oxytocin levels, which boosts our happiness. And then I have to say this, also understand her circle. Some women get irritable in different phases of the menstrual cycle. Okay. Number six, you both should agree to see a counselor. If you have tried all you can and it still isn't working, you both need to you both need a different perspective from a wise and godly counselor. Okay, couples counseling would come in handy. People take it for granted, but according to researchers, up to 90% of marriages can be saved through therapy. Okay, Proverbs 15, verse 21 to 22 says, "Folly is joy to him that is destitute of wisdom, but a man of understanding walketh uprightly." Without counsel, purposes are disappointed, but in the multitude of counselors, they are established. This is very important. Now, lastly, number seven, pray for her to have inner peace. Something might be eating her up that is totally different from what she's nagging about. The absence of inner peace is what produces outward chaos. Also, I feel the need to give some words of advice to the nagging wife. Now, in Proverbs 21, verse 19, the Bible says, "It is better to dwell in the corner of a housetop than with a brawling woman in a wide house." Okay? The Bible repeats the same words in Proverbs 25, verse 24 for emphasis. Now, I understand that managing your husband's shortcomings might be pretty frustrating, but nagging will never help. It will only make matters worse. I believe there are other ways to communicate your displeasures without nagging because men consider nagging as disrespectful. Okay? Cherish your marriage enough to give your husband peace. Every man wants to come back home to peace in his home. Don't deprive him of that. No one is perfect. We all have our shortcomings and we all have to learn to be graceful when managing the shortcomings of others. Okay, in First Peter 3, verse 1 to 4, the Bible says, "Likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husbands, that if any obey not the word, they also may without the word be won by the conversations of the wives. While they behold your chaste conversation coupled with fear, whose adorning let it not be that outward adorning of plaiting the hair and of wearing of gold, of putting on of apparel, but let it be the hidden man of the heart, in that which is not corruptible, even the ornament of a meek and quiet spirit, which is in the sight of God of great price." What this means is that your husband can change just by observing your humble and respectful conduct. Okay, now here are three things to practice. Number one, acceptance is key. You can't change anyone, only God can change him. So accept him for who he is and try to see things from his perspective. Number two, respect. You're getting it all wrong if you think you can change him by being disrespectful. You're further pushing him away, making him get accustomed to your nagging so that he wouldn't take you seriously. Okay? He'll become more defensive, more rebellious, and immune to your nagging. Lastly, pray for him. Pray about the things that are frustrating you and ask God to touch his heart. Also, pray for yourself for inner peace and the wisdom to respond appropriately to every situation. All right, that's it for today. I trust this was helpful. Kindly subscribe, like, and share this video so that you can be a blessing to someone else. Also, kindly find details to connect with me or send in your questions or concerns in the description corner. You can also purchase my book on Amazon, Kindle, or my website. Kindly look in the description corner as well for details. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.